Okay, we're back, and we were just going to look at the tripentatonic nature of this particular cage here, which is the G cage. Whoops. That's where the cursor goes when I'm trying to make a box. I'm bringing it down. That's how you make a box. You start at the end and you make a box. And if you literally could watch your motion, it would be just like a line like that. Anyway, this is the G shape, okay? And in tripentatonics, okay, the G shape is 6/7 root. So the G string shape is 6/7 root. And when that G string shape is the bottom string, in my system, the bottom string is the string that's closest to your eye. Okay, the lowest note, the lowest string, low E. We can play that means the E becomes the sixth. Okay, so if the E is the sixth, what key is that? That's the key of G, or we could look at it as a G-shaped root. And in the key of C, which this is drawn in the key of C, the reason why it's in the key of C, because the low E is labeled a 3. In any other key, every other key other than C, you will not see a 3 there. Okay? In the key of, I guess, C sharp, you would see a 4 there. In the key of D, you would see a F sharp there. Okay, in the key of E flat, you would see a 5 there. Now that's interesting. E would be the 5. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's correct, but I know that that E is the third of C, and E is the fourth of B, right? Okay, so we're going backwards. Sorry, my bad there. So in the key of B, E would be the fourth. So the fret nut at that point. So this is what the charts are about now, with the ability to do the graphics, that we can work with virtual fretboards. And yeah, I mean, if you ever wanted to learn this stuff, and you could study computer science and computer music, and this kind of information could be put into a computer program, so your computer can do wonderful things with. I mean, a computer program, a music synthesizer, more than just the diagrams. Anyway, so that's what we're talking about here. And in the G box, I just wanted to show you that it would be the key of G if our E was the sixth, because E is the sixth of G, and then we wouldn't be able to access that 7, because the fret nut would be right here, right? So if the fret nut was there, we would say, yeah, that's the key of G, because the E is there, and that's the sixth. Okay, but if we're in the key of C still, and we just want to look at the G box, yeah, I've been messed up with the drawing tool here. If we just want to look at the G tripentatonic box, remember, tripentatonic is 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5, you know? 1, 4. That's in the key of G. But in the key of C, okay, it's not, it's going from the G shape to the C shape to the D shape. It's got a G-shaped root. So it's still 1, 4, 5, but it's a G-shaped root. Now we're not talking about G. We're talking about C. G-shaped root, C-shaped fourth, and a D-shaped fifth. Now, these inversions that I just played on the piano aren't strictly matching where they are, because if you look at the G shape, And this gets interesting, but I'm going to follow it for you. And you can just go, wow, he knows what he's talking about. The G shape, the G inversion in the caged pentatonic scale is 6 root 2 3 5. Okay, so that's your G pentatonic inversion. All right, so the G shape starts on the 6. Okay, so if we have a G shaped root, all right, we're going to play that kind of thing. So it would be more like this. Would be the 1. Now that's interesting, because what the problem is when you play a G chord, you're not playing that 6th. So you're not playing this. You're playing root 3 5. So that's where you get your G-shaped root. Going to the C shape is the same as G, it's just a second inversion on the bottom. So it would go root 4 6 root. Now 4 6 root is the 4th of C is F, the 6th of C is A, and root is root. That's it. I like to do a little Blue Danube in there, but I messed that up too. So, because I played a C first, but so anyway, and then we go to the D-shaped G. Now, strictly, the D shape starts on the 2nd, so it would be, okay. Now we want a G out of that. So how are we going to do that? So pretty much a D-shaped G would be second inversion, but down here you'd have a 6, a 2, and a 5. That's the chord, the piano chord for a D-shaped G. So, you know, and of course they'll tell you, like, they'll maybe say don't play the bottom string. If you want a nice strong G, you know, you don't want the 6th, because the A is the 2nd of G, so it'd be a second chord, it'd be a nice chord. You know, like from Root Beer Rag, but you wouldn't play that. So the G tripentatonic, G-shaped tripentatonic, okay, it starts on the 6th, so it goes. So that's a G-shaped C, and then we have a C-shaped C. And then we have the D-shaped C. And then you just do the whole thing, put the 3 of them together, and you get that entire diatonic scale. So that's how the tripentatonic cage boxes work, and I don't know if people usually use them, but that's what I did. That's how I first kind of invented them, you know, and all this stuff. So so I called my friend in Florida who's got his own patent company, and he said, sorry, you can't get a patent if you're an individual. He's like, yeah, right. I'm just in this to learn the stuff, and it works for me. I know the system works. I may be too tired to count it from 10 backwards. But that doesn't mean that the numbering system doesn't work, because I mess up trying to count from 10 backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, but can you do the alphabet backwards? I don't think I could do that. No matter how sober I am, I don't think I could say the alphabet backwards. So these things have to be practiced and learned, you know, when doing a descending